All right, good morning, traders, and welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and we're going through the live order flow using Bookmap. And the goal here is to understand the participants in the auction process. The only way that traders can participate is via their orders. This is not the open outcry pits of decades ago. The only way that you can interact in the markets is via your orders. And that's where order flow can be helpful, because we can understand the majority of the players, or even some of the very specific larger players in the order flow, and that will give us an edge, right? With any trading style that you're using, doesn't really matter. That's what we're here for, and to utilize and leverage that edge. All right, so a few news items first. Our blue jacket competition continues. It's using the trade control panel in Bookmap, so we're looking for you to use it, show how you trade, how you managed it with the bracketed orders, etc. To enter, you can use your phone screenshot here for the QR code, but it's very simple to enter. Just take a screenshot of your Bookmap marked up chart and your trade, and then on Instagram, LinkedIn, and X, put in hashtag free blue jacket, and that's it, and post it, and it will be entered into the competition. All right, our journaling process here is the same for this webinar is the same as the Bookmap Academy, and then I'll also show you the pilot program. What we're doing here is this kind of top-down approach of understanding the impetus, what's moving the markets, understanding our key levels on higher time frames, then developing scenarios and strategies around those key levels. For example, if we're bearish and we come up to an area of resistance, or we see a lot of supply up there, we're looking for fading it back into the range and some sort of maybe mean reversion type of strategy. And then we come down to picking the right setup for that scenario. This method here will filter out lots of bad trades, and that's what we want. We want to have an edge when we trade and look for something very specific. The setup, you should know, this is your edge. You should have it. You should have data behind it. This is a part of the pilot program I'll mention in just a minute. You have a checklist. You grade it. You know what works, what doesn't, and you determine your sizing, and then you execute on the order flow. All right, so the pilot program, this is about building an edge, and we'll show you how to do that. After working with thousands of traders, the biggest gap here is that they don't have an edge. They're trading without it. They don't know how to build an edge. The program is designed to change that, and we have a structured process, and it's all measured. So it's a very fast method here compared to back testing by hand. I don't know how many times I've done that over the years, and it is very tedious. This instead, you're actually going to trade it in the replay files that we provide for you in the pilot program. Now, there's no cost to this. It is included with your Bookmap Global or Global Plus subscription. If you're interested in it, go to bookmap.com, click on the More button here, and then you'll see the Academy here, and then Bruce's pilot program here. Click on that, and then you can sign up right here. All right, I'll put this link into the chat for you as well. Okay. All right, let's go through the disclosures and look at the market. General disclosures: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in. Let's take a look here. Let's start with what's moving the markets. All right, so we have all sorts of stuff going on in the markets, and it is basically every day is kind of like this. We have all sorts of geopolitical concerns with war in Iran, or wherever. And we also have tariffs, and this was from Friday's decision by the Supreme Court to not allow tariffs, and then Trump's reaction to that was he's going to raise tariffs, he'd find some other way. So we have some volatility in the markets, and we can see that the VIX is up. It's about just above 20 right now. So looking for, maybe increased volatility back up into like I don't know, 20, 25, maybe up into 30 areas here. So that said, we can already understand what's moving the markets. Okay, it is tariffs, and we're seeing a negative reaction at the moment for today's price action since 9:30. See a move to the upside, a double top, and the move to the downside, hitting high liquidity on the way down. All right, so now let me see if first off there's any questions. And good morning everybody. Nadia, trading is life. Trading is life. Outside is a nightmare. Well, it is a big storm here in the East Coast. Unfortunately, pirate traders Charles could not present the last hour because he didn't have power. So anyway, we might run into that. We'll try to let you know ahead of time. But it was kind of a last minute thing. Anyway, unfortunately, that is the case, and it might happen here as well. So just keep your eyes and ears open. And sorry if we have any issues. All right, so let's take a look at the bigger picture here, and then we'll zoom in and look at Bookmap. All right, so on the daily over here on the left-hand chart, you can see all of this back and forth, big moves for months now, and here's today's action. We came back up and retested the high from Friday, and we see the move right back down, and we're starting to see a little bit of buying coming in right now on the tail here, you can see, but I would look for this to move on down lower to this 68.50 level, and we see the wicks down here from 3 days in a row here. We see some wicks. We see some really big wicks down in this area, down in here, where we were retesting some of these lows in here, and we found some buyers. Okay, so however, if we look at the I don't know, several days in here, I'm looking at this big red candle here, and we have not gone below that area, or we've not gone above it in here. In fact, you can see the wicks up in here, slightly higher highs, and then this day here, which was on Thursday, the move down, and this is just looks like a retracement in here. Anyway, we'll see if selling continues, and then we're looking for continue move down into some of the lows. All right, that would be the primary focus, and then we're gonna drill into other time frames here. This is the hourly in the middle and the 15-minute on the chart. We're just trying to get a bigger picture view. What's moving the markets? What's the market sentiment? How are traders reacting to the news out there? Okay, so the hourly, let's zoom in a little bit more here. I've got too many bars in here, so we'll look at maybe 100. I hate the way this does that. It does it every single time though. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can see us trading down into this area here. See how we can get a little bit more insight to this move here. We're looking at around the 68.70-ish, 71 level here. I'm looking for sellers to retest that and see if we can get back down into 68.50 down at the swings from the previous days here on the hourly. 15-minute chart here on the right hand side, same thing. Okay, so look at the beautiful gap fill this morning. Wow, this is incredible. The news is negative, but we see that move right up here, fill the gap, and then right back down, and then continuation to the downside. So for those of you playing the gap, this is a gap and a gap fill and then a reversal immediately, as you can see. So a lot of traders were probably caught hanging up here. Anyway, we can see that we've clearly filled a gap, and we clearly were rejected, or price rejected from that area, okay, quickly. Right, and that's the move that we see here to the upside, up into this 68.25 liquidity, and then it goes a bit higher, this 30 area here, and then wow, sellers come in and move that price lower. All right. Okay, so let's zoom in here, and let's volatility aside, the market impetus aside, we'll take a look at some of the higher time frame levels in just a second, but I want to first cover time of day in here. Okay, so typically what we see in the cash open is maybe we have a small range, but we break it, and then you get a continuation move, price exploration to some sort of higher time frame area, and that usually occurs for like half an hour, maybe a bit more, and then typically around this time, after 10 or around 10:30, 11:30, it can get very choppy. Okay, there's a lot of back and forth. Right, so what kind of moves are we looking for during this time frame? And this will help us filter for good trades. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Let's see what is going on down in this area here. So you can see that the sellers curl in here, move price lower, some back and forth in here, high liquidity down here at this 68.75. Our level that we were previously looking at is 68.70 or 71 as a retest. That was the level here. All right, so you can see more selling coming in here. Okay, we traded into high liquidity here, and we've been bouncing around since. Okay, so we're looking for more sellers. The primary scenario here is looking for more sellers to retest back down into 70, 71. Right, and you can see the back and forth coming in here right now. Right, so again, if we start to temper our expectations a bit because of the time of day, this will help us be less emotional and also get prepared for the potential move that we are looking for this time of day. Okay, typically we look for some sort of, well, I'll just kind of outline it here. Okay, some sort of big move to the downside or impulse move, and then we're looking for some sort of chop, and then we're looking for continuation. All right, that happens a lot during this webinar, during this time of day. Okay, another one is the opposite. We look for a move back up, a retest back up into some of these areas, and then maybe we reverse. We never know, but maybe we just trade back up into like this 91 level or this 6900 level, up into this liquidity up in these areas up here, and then we get the reversal. Typically it's something like a double top, and then we get the continuation to the downside. All right, so some things to consider, and as we build out the right edge here. Okay, in fact, let me just move this if I can. Okay, right. All right, so yeah, something like this, or maybe it's a bit more shallow. Maybe it comes up into this area, and then we get the move back down. Okay, so a few different scenarios we're looking for here. All right, now let me clear the drawings here. And then let's zoom in here a bit more. Look at the algo activity in here, guys, stepping down, all the way down into here. And it looks like he got filled. Okay. So how to read some of these things in here, some of this supply that's stepping down like this in the algo is, you know, this is a trader that's that wants to get filled here. Is it a spoof or, you know, some sort of algo with deceptive means here? I wouldn't say so. It looks to me like they're just kind of trying to get filled in here. It's really if they do get filled is kind of the question. And it looks like in this little area in here they did around 82.25. Okay, so all right, so let's see here. I'm looking, here's our retest back. I'm looking for sellers to hit into this liquidity here. I do not see a setup, but that's my primary scenario here, is I'm looking for 76, 75 on down to 71, 70-ish. Okay. And let's see it, sellers. All right, again, this is not really a setup here. I don't see, there's too much liquidity in here. So to get that follow through at this time of day, like, yeah, it might have done that. It might have come down here, but you can see the rejection already, and buyers coming back in. Again, guys, like, you know, one of the things in here is understanding this, all of this liquidity getting filled in here, and then the reaction after. Okay, and you know, we found some buyers in here. Okay, maybe we'll find some more, and we might it might be those that sold in here, and they get squeezed, and we come back up into these areas of high liquidity up here. And we don't really know until we start to see those buyers really coming in, and maybe the bid comes up higher as well. Okay, primary scenarios to the downside. Secondary is the move back up into those areas, that double top or rejection, and then continuation to the downside. Okay, looks like sellers are going to push it through here, and let's see if we can get down into this this level here, and that will coincide with our level here on the 15-minute chart and the hourly that you see here. Okay, now guys, this is something as well. These swings in here, now this is on an hourly, this is pretty good, right? And there's a couple in here on the 15-minute chart as well. Well, you see it on the hourly here as well. So it's not bad of a level. Okay, however, look at the daily in here, and this is the most you know, volume of the days, or you know, typically is around this time in the morning or at the close. So maybe we test down here, and what I'm trying to drive at here is these are important levels for the you know, we see multi-day in here. Okay, but on the daily, and with this kind of news out there, I would say this is the more important level down here at 68.50. Okay, so if we blaze through this 71 area, I would not be surprised. Okay, but I'm certainly looking for the move into it and to retest these lows here. And we're just looking for the right setup in here. There's no gap fill really over on YouTube. This is the 15-minute chart here, and this is the from 9:30 to 4:15, and that's what I have up here. So to me, this is a gap fill. It filled where it opened up down here. That's what I'm showing. I don't know if you guys are showing something different. Yeah, Pradeep, that's these are regular trading hours here. You can see I've checked it here, except for the daily, of course. Okay, Scribble, you just got your first subscription. Welcome, excellent, you love it. All right, that's fantastic. Okay, well, what's your style of trading? Okay, so here we go. Sellers coming in, still looking for them to push into this 70, 71, 72 liquidity there. Okay, then I'm looking for a reaction after. Guys, really, this is a tricky time to trade. Be careful here. Like, we're looking for it, but you see the double bottom here. Did we even hit? We didn't even transact with that liquidity yet. Down here at 72. So, like I said, it's kind of sketchy in here. Just this time of day can be very tricky. So we have sellers here. They don't even hit the 72, and then you can see the best bid goes into it, but we don't see one transaction here at 72, not one. And look at the buyers that stream right back in. Okay, so it's profit taking. Maybe it's trap traders, getting out very, very quickly. We can verify that with the stops and icebergs in here. We turn those on. Yeah, so we see some of the stops here to the downside, but we don't see it. We see a very minor stop run to the upside. Yeah. Okay. So now let's see these buyers up in here. And well, you can see the game playing going on here. Look at the selling liquidity that just came in here, and we see a reaction to it. And again, buying off of this area here. More selling here than previously, though. Okay, high liquidity coming in. Let's see if these buyers are interested in taking that on. It's one player here. Okay, and the reaction is sellers. Okay, so again, starting to put the pieces together, the context together. High liquidity came in here and we see a reaction. High liquidity came in here again and we see reaction. Okay, so now here we go again. Here's some there's it now is getting a little interesting that you see the that high liquidity came in at this lower level here, but the buyers took them on here. Okay, now this guy pulled that liquidity up here. Okay, sellers again down here at this area. And let's look at a potential trap in here. Okay, buyers trapped here. So sellers right now, if they can push that edge, we should see a nice move into and through. And it's just starting to happen here. 71, 72, 70 area here. Okay, but that's about it. That's all I'd be looking for here. Okay, here's our stop run. That's, we would assume that as well. That would happen here due to some of the trapped buyers in here. Oh, bankroll, you're talking about the NQ. Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah, here comes the squeeze. It's interesting. So the NQ did not fill its gap, really. Okay, nice cluster of buying in here. This is something that we went through on Friday, and really identifying just something really simple and very visual, using, obviously we're always using the heat map and understanding the liquidity, but we can also identify where buyers came in and if they're going to support or defend that price level. You can see we're below it right now, so I guess not, and I would look for these sellers to hit into some of this liquidity again, into their 70, and let's see if we can get a quick move into 69 down to 67 here. Let's jump back at our higher time frame. This is the level we were looking at. It's being tested. It's below it now, and the higher time frame level on the hourly we're looking for is the 68.50 or 47 down here. Here's our liquidity way down here at 50, right? It's been in there for a while. There's liquidity here at 65, which was pulled, but down at 50 is looking pretty good as a nice target. Some liquidity just popped in the book up here at just below 6,900. Very high liquidity. You can see large lot tracker in here showing larger players holding out of the 500 up here, or let's zoom into that area here. You can see, well, it looks like just about 500 lots up here at 68.99, one individual actor. Okay, so we made it down through 70 into the 69, 68, 67, and now some buyers back up above. Okay, looking for the squeeze back on. Let's see if we can get up to it's a quick move up into maybe 73, 75. All right, we're above this area here. We see buying coming in. We look for this continuation move on up here. Okay, not much, right? We're just don't really see a setup in here. It's just this is what we're looking for. You know, you can see there's a high volume node up in here as well. Maybe just a retest back up to that area, which is actually a little higher here at 77. All right, pilot program traders. Okay, let's clear our drawings for a second. Okay, it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting one in here for the trend line break accumulation. Again, I don't want to really focus on the trend line so much. I want to focus on the structure. Okay, and what we see in here in terms of structure. Okay? This is on a smaller time frame. This is exactly it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, well, even 4 down here. Our structure is very. Then this is a. I wouldn't be taking this one, but the structure is here, and in fact, we even have a low volume pullback to it here. And then we see the buyers come in and break the structure, and we look for the move back up into higher liquidity up here on the offer. Okay, and the big insight on this one was, or is, the passive accumulation and the aggressive accumulation after this small structure was broken. Okay. Now, question to you guys out there that are in the program. Well, you know, first off, you wouldn't be expecting too much out of this one. But secondly, what I want to mention here is why does this one look pretty good, or for a smaller move here? Okay, and it could turn into a bigger move. Okay, we're talking about context here. Well, Nadia, no, what we want to do is we want to just arrange or align. And now this it's a generalization here that we're talking about, is to align your time frame with the what's typical in the price action. Okay, so an opening drive, that would be a breakout trade, a continuation move at the open. Okay, during this time in here, it's going to be back and forth typically. Okay, or a continuation move. A lot of times it will just continue during this time. Okay, or the other one is here we've got it mostly pretty well documented, I think, in the if you go to the learning center and then we scroll down here to the supply and demand setups. It's during this, and why we came up with some of these as well is to understand, like during this time of day, like the flag pattern failed breakout. Well, here, let's start with the mid-morning failed reversal here. This one, this is very, very typical. And to avoid the chop, okay, we want to keep in mind like what happens in here. Okay, so this is exactly during this time. Okay, yeah, this is around 10 or 11. And you can see this looks like a beautiful inverse head and shoulders. You see the liquidity getting filled here on the bid, and you see the buying clusters coming in. Okay, and this looks like it wants to reverse. Okay, and you look for maybe it to come back up into some of these other areas of high liquidity in here. And this is our double top in here. You basically meaning you get one leg, but the second leg you don't get a continuation move. Okay, and this pattern can turn into many different things, and it's not really, again, it's not the pattern so much that we want to cover here. It is about understanding the context of the order flow. Okay, meaning that there's not enough for that second leg or that continuation move. It means that there's not enough buyers. Okay, or the context might be there's a heavy supply up there. and there are some buyers, but they can't trade through that, or both, or maybe there's no one up there or supply up there. Instead, you find that the market just exhausts out, and there's just no buyers. And then we look for the continuation move to the downside, the bigger picture. Okay? Like this one in here, like we outlined earlier, is we're looking for the impulse move, okay, the chop, and then we go through a few different scenarios in here. Okay, primary scenario here was the move to the downside. Okay, but we also went through potentially we see that maybe we come back up, hit some of this high liquidity up in here, don't get that second leg, no continuation up here. Okay, we already have tons of supply up there, and then we'll look for the continuation move to the downside. Okay, so anyway, keep in mind the time of day and why that unfolds. Well, there's all sorts of other players involved in the cash open after that initial drive. Typically around 11:30 East Coast time is you get into the lunchtime hours after these kind of big moves or swings in the morning. Typically is pretty quiet until around 2. Okay, so that's when you're looking for kind of mean reversion type of trades, or back in the range, back to the other side of the range, a lot of chop. All right, so kind of left off with a rhetorical question here for the pilot program guys and girls. So the what we look for after high liquidity is traded in here, okay, passive accumulation, is clusters of buying and structure break. And actually we do break a small structure here and we see a cluster of buying. Okay, here we did not break that structure, but we see a pretty nice cluster of buying in here, and you can see it here as well. Okay, so if we trade back down into high liquidity again, and we start to see those buyers come in again, it is more likely than, because we already have buyers here previously, that we will retest back some of these areas. Okay, so we can look at and draw structure in here, and watch and wait here for that. Okay, and again, it would just be a move back up into here. Is this hitting a single for something like this? Okay. After this, we have to make sure that this high liquidity is absorbing that selling pressure. Okay, so here come the buyers here. Okay, all right, now let's see if they can come back up and meet some of these other buyers up in these areas up in here. Okay, so 73, 75. Okay, first stop would be 70 here. And now again, like it just traded to our trend line here, and we're trying to break the 68 and level here. Basically, got both the trend line or diagonal structure as well as the horizontal structure. All right, so let's take a look here. Another thing to take a look at when we zoom into this, okay, that we want to see. We want to see the buyers come in. Okay, then we want to see the bid. Now we just got a flip right there at 65, that liquidity there. Okay, see how this looks better after that? I wanted to, God, I just can't cover it fast enough in here. So we started to see some buyers in here, and they started to break a very minor structure. Okay, this is more micro structural in here. Okay, it's not real microstructure. If we're talking microstructure, we're looking at sub-second levels. We're not looking at you know, a couple minutes of data or so. Anyway, we break this small structural area here, and I'm looking for here before that bid came in here. I want to see them bid up underneath, and I want to see the reaction to that bid is be followed by aggressive buying, and I want to see them retest back up to the swing and high liquidity on the offer. All right, so let's see what we got here. So as we started to break through this area, we got it, but it happened really quickly here. Okay, they came in here on the bid right underneath after this move unfolded. Now look at the pullback here. Okay, and look at the pullback and how it relates to the context that we see here. And this is how you can use Bookmap as an edge or an advantage. Okay, high liquidity. Okay, we're looking for it back and forth, back and forth. We start to get some of that buying. I wanted to see a bid, and then we got it. And I don't see too many aggressors up here, but we got a pullback and we got more. Okay, look for the swing or look for the high liquidity at 70, and that's hitting the single there. That's what we're looking for. It's just up to 70 at this point. And we didn't get there. Okay, we just came up to the swing here. Okay, let's see again. Same ideas in here. Now, I don't like see there's liquidity here on the offer. Okay, there's a couple of scenarios we need to look for then. We need to see a lot of buyers take these guys on and trade into and through them so we can get back up to higher liquidity at 70 or 73. You can see that we didn't get them. And we also want to see a bid in here and see how we're not getting that either. Okay, you know, this was all dark in here. There's a little bit of a bid, and they even pulled that liquidity before the sellers came into it. Okay, now we got a nice little move there by the aggressors. Not a whole lot though of buying in here. All right, we're back up here for the third time. Got to get those buyers. This is probably going to be a quick move, and if it is, it's really kind of off limits for us. I don't like it. I don't see them on the bid underneath here. So, you know, I don't have everything. It's not high or more likely for this to unfold. Okay, it makes it more convoluted, and therefore I'm just going to stay away from it. Okay, now let's go through the opposite scenario. Sellers coming in down here at 64.25. Maybe kind of a flip in the order flow, seeing that maybe the offer dries up, or they're very aggressive down at the lower area here, and the reaction is sellers. Okay, so now let's go through another scenario in here. All of this buying in here, if they can't lift it, they're going to be sellers down here. Okay, and here's some exhaustion here. There's a little bit more on the offer here. See the reaction here, looking for sellers here. And then I want to see them sweep the order book down into liquidity at 62 or 60. Okay, and the fuel for this move will be these trap buyers in here. Okay, and we look for a stop run down into those areas here. Okay, there it is. Okay, there's our 62. Okay, let's see if we can get some more juice out of this into 60. There we go. Beautiful. Bigger stop run. Okay. Now let's cover this kind of in the bigger picture here too. We never really, we just kind of chopped and kind of went back and forth here with a move or a trend to the downside here, kind of grinding move. And it looks like now we're starting to pick up with some momentum here. Okay, so our 55 level, just about to hit that liquidity there. And then our 50 level down below. Now, our 50 level down below was our 47, right? Was kind of the bigger picture here. Okay, look at the momentum here on the hourly. Look at on the 15-minute chart as well. So it looks pretty good to trade back down into these levels here. Right now, that said, we're gonna. You can see it's been kind of a move, a pullback, a move, a pullback. So we're anticipating the same thing. Okay, just getting a feel for the order flow and the price action. All right, so let's see here. Kind of interesting move here. So this, more impulse move down here. This is, I would be tricky, or how do I say this? It's kind of tricky on some of these impulse moves when we don't see the volume all the way through in that impulse move, like this in here. Look at the area down in here. Okay, so if we saw selling that was consistent all the way down into, especially into an area of high liquidity, then we're looking for our pullbacks and then the retest back down into where that selling cluster is down below. Okay, when we see this in here, basically we see some exhaustion in here, or a lack of aggressive sellers compared to up here. Okay, so it can be kind of a tricky area in here. Okay, now we did find the sellers hit that 55. They transacted. Okay, sellers still driving it lower here. But not seeing a whole lot. Not seeing a whole lot of selling here. Okay, look at the volume delta bars. Look at the dots. Okay, they're bidding up underneath here. 54 and a quarter. Now, I don't really like this as a squeeze either, to be honest. We may get more buyers coming in, and we may break this structure up around 56 or 57. but I don't see a lot of sellers trapped in here. I see a lot more buyers in here. So if we see more sellers back down here around 54, then likely we're going to get the squeeze into 50 here. Is there any questions on this, identifying these trap traders and looking for them to be the order flow that moves price? Here we can also add in a new column in here. We'll keep it a CVP column, or chart range volume profile, and then configure it as delta. Okay, buy minus sell. Yeah, okay. Hallinan, how to identify the trap traders. Okay. Yeah, in fact, it's well, we can go back and historically here and take a quick look. But let's look in the live market for right now, because I'm really curious to see what happens here. Look at the high liquidity that came in here, guys, and looks like it was filled. So here's our sellers, right? Okay, but they transacted with buyers. Okay, so now it's getting really interesting in here. Look at the again, more buyers in here, front running the figure down here at 68.50. Okay, so I would assume that it's a lot of larger players, or that people that partook in this big move here are taking some profit before the level at 50. Okay, so interesting areas here, and still more sellers. Okay, the follow through after trading into it was we're still going lower. We're still finding sellers. So let's see them hit into 50 and maybe a bit below here. Now the opposite scenario. This is what will answer your question. We're looking for back up above here. See where all this selling came in, but all of these passive buyers in here. If we can get back up above 55 and we see the bid light up and we see big green dots up here at 55, I would look for them to come up to 58 and I like 62, but it's really up here at 70 and 75 is where the liquidity is. Okay, and also what can help Hallinan with understanding some of the trap traders in here? Well, we just went through it, right? But you see the delta here in the column. Okay, right up here, you see some buying up here, right? So right around and it coincides with the level we just identified here. Okay, these are sellers in here. Okay, these sellers will be buyers back up above here, above this 54 and a quarter. And that would be the short squeeze. Okay, but we need to see them, we need to see the buyers back up above here for that squeeze to unfold. Now there's something a little bit better about this squeeze, if we can get it, that we like very much. And that is that we have passive accumulation here. Okay, so now we're at 50. Okay, and they transacted as well here at 50. Okay, we have some big icebergs that just came in as well. Still more sellers. Okay, this is where it gets interesting here. Okay, so some sellers here on the offer. Buyers took them on and now we're above it. All right, now let's see if we can break a small structure and we get more buyers, maybe bidding up at a higher level. Again, it's just we're understanding the auction here. Where are they bidding? Where are they offering? And who's taking the trade? Okay, more sellers pushing it lower. Should be a big stop run there. Okay, now that's below our 74, or I'm sorry, 47 level here. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm very, very curious to see. Okay, looking for these buyers here. A lot of the times I look for, depends on the market and the price action, but usually in the S&P about 10 points lower, down into like 40 or so, get a lot of people hooked selling below 50, and then we come back up above 50, and then we get the move back up. And that would be a really nice trap, Hallinan, to see. And there's liquidity down here at 40. Flip of the order book here, guys. Okay, this is a good one, a good flip. This is what a flip looks like. Now this is not deceptive practice here, but they're on the bid here. Now they're on the offer here. Okay. Okay, so now we're down below 40. Okay, this is looking good. All right, so now let's see if we can see the smaller structure broken first. There it is. Okay, and let's look for those aggressive buyers now. Okay, got them. Now let's see them target back up to yeah, about here, 48.25, and looking for the the move back up to retest where we just dropped from. Okay, it's not a whole lot of buying here, but there's some. And this is where we really need to see them here at 43. Let's see it, buyers. Let's see if you got the power here. And then we should get a pretty nice move back up into somewhere around up in here, 48 to 49. Okay, another rotation. Still looking for buyers here. Looking for the bid. Okay, see the offer here is showing more on the offer. We're not looking for that. We're looking for a strong bid. There we go. Here, stronger down here. Okay, now I want to see them pull up here on the offer, and we're looking for our green dots here. Okay. Okay, trading into 40 again. Okay, so nothing shaken. We still see more sellers here. Still more sellers. Okay, buyers coming right back in. Okay, now let's take a look at the passive accumulation. How's that? Pretty good. Okay, this just transacted here, and this is above the swing, so that's good. That's bullish. Okay, now we see them on the bid as well here. We're just looking for our aggressive buyers. Okay, so if we can come back up here at 43, we see the aggressive buyers. Now I'm looking for the break, okay, of this level here at 43. Okay, still more liquidity down here though at 35, large player. Okay, see this guy here. Okay, so now that guy just pulled right before we got there. All right, so now let's see if we get our buyers here. Okay, really looking for them. And again, looking for this is just for the time of day here. You know, the news, the fundamentals, everything is bearish that we're looking for. But this time of day coincides with looking for this kind of squeeze and this kind of reversal. And that's why we're looking for it. So let's get back up here to 42, 42 and a quarter, 43, somewhere around up in here. And see if we can get those buyers. Boy, high liquidity here at 35 and 50. So maybe we have to trade down here to 35 first. Again, though, we're looking for that context. We do have high liquidity that was filled here and here. And they're bidding up. And we just don't have our aggressive buyers, and we never broke structure either. Another thing, especially pilot programmers out there, you guys know what I mean. When we're looking for this reversal or this kind of squeeze here, I mean, it really hits you over the head. See the size of these red dots on the way down? We'll see equal or even bigger green dots on the way back up. Right, and that's when it's just screaming to you that this is on. Hey, we're not seeing that right now. Okay, it's starting to look more interesting. Okay, we're back up here at our 42 and a quarter, 43-ish level. And now we really need to see those buyers here. Now we had some down here, and we need to get a lot more. And we want to see that bid light up here with liquidity underneath. We're going to see them, these guys pull or at least taken on by the buyers here at 42 and 45, 43 and 45. Okay, there they go. All right, buyers, let's see the squeeze. Let's see if we can get this here. And let's see. Okay, the bid. There's not a whole lot on the bid. Okay, yeah, I'm still looking for it. I'm just not seeing it on the bid yet. And we need that. Yeah, we haven't broken the bigger structure. We just came back up to test it here, basically. Okay, we're coming up on the European close. All right, this is another time of day. So what are the traders in Europe and London? How are they reacting here? Do we see them taking their profits? Do we see some sort of shift or change in the order flow? Not really. Not really. We're looking for it. We just never really got it. Okay, we're at our higher time frame levels though. And look at this candle here. A big, red candle. Now look at, previous days in here. They're bigger. So, we maybe we won't get the reversal in here that we're looking for, or the squeeze to the upside here. Maybe this candle here is going to be red all the way back down into like 68.08, or at 67.91 or so. Okay. Anyway, we're looking for putting together the pieces for time of day, and the order flow and market structure. Okay, and so far, we see this continuation move here to the downside. Is there a catalyst driving the ES? Yeah, absolutely there is. It has to deal with Supreme Court decision on Friday. And then there's geopolitical concerns of potential war with Iran. Let's jump over to crude. It should be flying. Actually, we see a real big pullback here in crude right now. Okay, but now that it's coming, you can see the buyers coming right back in now. Okay, so now crude is trading up to this 67 level here. Okay, same idea here in crude. Like now, this. If we look at crude, okay, we haven't looked at crude in a long time too. But this is this level in here at 67. The figure, it bounced. High liquidity here, it transacted. High liquidity here, it transacted. Sellers trade through it. Okay, now if we can get the same idea in here, even though it's a low volume pullback in here, actually what we're looking for is a lack of selling up here, or buying up here, more selling, and then we're looking for red dots to take this right back down again. But just because of the setup of all this selling here, I am very curious though, because of the market impetus and what's happening out there. I would actually look for the opposite scenario to unfold here. So I'm looking for a flip of the book up here. But on the offer, I want to see them flip to the bid, and I want to see big green dots up in here drive this market higher. Okay, so this is the critical area here. It's at 67, and we're right there right now. To be honest, that's the more likely scenario I am looking for right now, Armando. Okay, so let's see if we can get these buyers in here. This is the J contract. Okay, April, that's what's trading right now in crude. Okay, we'll come back to this, but yeah, well, hold on, we might get the breakout right now. I don't have gold up right now, but here we go. Let's see it. I'd love to see this in real time. And crude and gold actually do this all the time. It's such a fake out. I find, at least. Okay, so we traded into 67. Look at the bid. The bid is showing more here, right? All right, let's see if we can get our more buyers up here at 60, just above 67. No, not yet. Okay, the bid is, see them bidding up here. Let me clear the drawings here so we can look at that clearly. See them bidding up in here. Now, what's the reaction? Okay, buyers, yeah, starting to. Okay, they're kind of shy here, but let's see if they can pick it up right here, right now, just above 67, and we can stream right up like probably 25 cents. I'd look for the first swing, maybe 10, 11 cents up here. But yeah, I really like it up here at 67.25. Okay, the bid, see the bid here? This is what we're looking for in the S&P. Now, what's the reaction? Okay, guys in the pilot program, like this is where you can put together your setup to go along with the impetus that's moving the market. Okay, because this is a pullback, or this is a big move to the downside here, right? Okay. However, we are bullish crude oil. Okay, so do we see a lot of aggressive, or I'm sorry, passive accumulation on the way down? Yeah. I mean, boy, this 67 is really critical. And there were sellers below it here. So now let's see if we can get back up above, and then we will get a squeeze moving this, as well as we have. Now, I don't know what the news is. Maybe this was a reaction to the news, right? That there's something I missed in the news. I just know in general that we are bullish oil right now. Okay, so now let's see if here we go. Now we're looking for that squeeze. Okay, there are buyers. Now let's see them really move it here, and looking for a pretty quick move in crude. Okay, might be some liquidity comes in at 11, but really it's going to be up here around 25. Okay, and for the pilot program, guys, again, here we originally covered this as this is a low volume pullback, right? And it is. But there's a lot of caveats in here. We want to be aware of many other things here, and we would look for this to not be a low volume pullback. We'd look for the opposite. They would look for I wanted to see a flip of the order book, which we really didn't get. Okay, we still might, but you can see the squeeze here, and let's see if we can get these guys to continue to buy. Okay, we hit our 11 area here. That was our first swing. Okay, now you saw the liquidity come in here at 20, but the 25 level is really what we want to look for. All right, let's go back to the S&P and see what happened here. Oh, yeah. God, I hate doing that. We waited for this entire time here, and then it started to unfold. Okay, now there is something though, and it's still, I think this still has some juice in it. Okay, yeah, I think 55 looks pretty good. We looked at 55 earlier. We talked about 48-ish area because of the liquidity here, and we've already traded into that. Let's take a look though at the aggressive buyers in here. Okay, why I think there's still juice in here is because the buyers are coming in now. All right, so I'm looking for them to continue to buy or squeeze. I don't see the big stop run yet. Okay, and where might they go? Boy, I mean, it can go. We look first at the swings, okay, and then we look at liquidity. We match up the two, so I think 55 looks pretty good. Okay, 61 looks pretty good. 83. way up here. Okay, note when these guys here at 83 came in, okay, after trading down to 40. Right now 40 we talked about, there was high liquidity there, but like we talked about, just about 10 points through the levels, the big figure numbers, and then the move back up above the big figure. Okay, so you know, get everyone going short, thinking everything is going to hell in a handbasket, and then we can get back up above it here. Now, I don't see it yet, but let's see if we can get still more buyers in here. I still think there's some juice left in this. Okay, let's jump over to our crude again. Okay, came back, retested here. Interestingly enough, I don't see a flip yet in the book, but boy, that would have been nice on the offer here, on the bid in here, and buyers coming in. Now we're looking in here in our higher time frame. Okay, there's our pullback. Okay, interesting. All right, you know, this is not a bad area for a pullback, actually. It's back to 47, but you know, looking at the price swing from earlier that we were targeting earlier, you can see that we're just pulling back to that, and we need to see if we can come back and get more buyers to trade it back to this swing back up here that we were looking for earlier in the webinar, around the 68.70. Okay. Now, when we started the webinar, we were looking for the move down to this 70, and then if we got looking for a bounce there, and then a continuation move down to 47. Now, I was thinking, we went through the scenario in here of looking for that kind of triangle, that wedge right around here. And what time was that? That would be around 10:30. Okay, so let's jump back and take a look at it. Okay, so here's our 10:30. So this is what we got at 10:30. The slowdown was only in here, right? And it wasn't much of a slowdown, just kind of grinded here, and then it really picked up down here. Okay, so that was what we got for this period at this time. Okay, so now so our buyers are back up here again, so still looking for that move. I like 55, and what was our 70 level up here? Yeah, I don't know, I'm still looking for 55 first stop here, then 61. Okay, now this took, you know, a while for this thing to turn around. Way to go, Vinfra. You took your single. Okay. And crude oil is just back to where it broke out from. And this is where, like, you know, I really wanted to see that flip of the book. You can see what happened now. It's not up here at 67, it's down lower. The liquidity is down here at 68, 66.81. When I say hit a single, Hallinan, what I'm talking about here is what we go through for that pilot program is just look for like the trade to only go to the most likely area and take profit, and that's it. look for the next setup. Okay, so what this will, and why we go through this is so you don't let trade management get you all screwed up. You don't let your emotions get kind of get screwy with you either. Instead, what you're looking for is just an edge and a little bit of profit, and looking over and over and over again for that. Okay, now it's going to it's going to bug you when it goes up into an area and then continues on through where you took your profit. Okay, but the next step is to learn how to trail your stop. Okay, but after you start to build some confidence in the setup, when you know what you're looking for, you know how to manage it, and you know the ins and outs of it. Okay, literally, and build that confidence. It's immensely important. Okay, it'll keep you in the game, and just do that to begin with. Okay, then once you have that confidence and you know that, well, I can trail the stop, I can take maybe some off at that area and scale out, then that's a different thing, and that's the next level. Yeah, you're looking for your risk reward, and yeah, you're looking for your profit, your alpha, and building that. Okay, I still really like this crude oil, to be honest. I'm seeing the buyers come in now. I'm looking for the follow through. Now I do see them on the bid here. See that? And I see the buyers looking for them to continue. Now it's pulled back, it's chopped around up in here. We've got some sellers in here, and we're just above these sellers in here around this 67.07. Okay, so now I'm looking for buyers, and I'm looking for 67.20 and 25, which we were looking for earlier. Let's see if we can get them. And we're not. Okay, so it's still pretty choppy in here in crude. Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up. We'll call it a day. I think I answered all your questions, and let me see over in YouTube how we're doing. Okay, so bankroll, risk management video, and coaching. Yeah, I would say I would say that pilot program is pretty good, pretty complete, and we're adding a lot more in there. Okay, so I do have the link here, okay, for you. There you go. Another thing, like on this crude, now again, this isn't a trading room in here, but we're looking for things to unfold due to the order flow. Okay, and markets are very complex. There's a lot going on. If the move you're looking for doesn't unfold, get out, take the stop, and that's it. Look for the next one. That's how you build your edge. Okay, and save yourself as well. Okay, by learning through, in this case, it would be through experience, but building your edge would be like practicing, going back, looking at it over and over and over again, understanding your levels or your setup, and then when it unfolds, what is the likely outcome of that setup? That's how you build an edge, and you have hundreds of examples of it. Once you have that, then you have good experience on how to manage it and how to take some money out of the market. Okay, and when like this, for example, let's suppose, okay, just suppose like you start to see this buying up in here and you're looking for it to come up to here, okay, and you get in someplace in here, okay, your stop would be oh, I don't know, with crude oil, I haven't traded it in quite a while. If I put it down here, or if I would look for this little swing in here and put it down in here, I'd probably put it down here someplace, and I'd just take the stop. Okay, I'm out. All right, and I look for the next one. Okay. Or even down here, 90, 95, let's suppose. Okay, so anyway, you know, protect yourself. Don't give into it. If you know your setup, you know where you're wrong, and you get out. It's as simple as that. No ego, no emotions. It should work because you've studied it. You know it works over time, and then you just take it. All right, guys, let's see. Covered a lot of stuff in here, and I don't know what to title this one, but let's go back and take a look at this S&P. Okay, all right, so we got up to our 55, right? This is where we kind of left off in here, I think. Or no, here, right? We saw more buying up in here, and we said this likely has some more juice coming into it, right? Still has a move in it, okay? Yeah, okay, so we hit our 55, almost hit 60 up here, but that's it. That's it so far. Okay. And I don't know at this point. Like, this is kind of the measured move I was looking for. It unfolded, and maybe it will continue, but we can look for maybe low volume pullbacks on the way back up. I don't really see it because I do see some volume coming in here. Okay, so I don't think it's going to be as easy as a low volume pullback. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. And yeah, if you like it over in YouTube, hit the thumbs up and the like button. Come on over to our Discord community. There's no cost to it, and you can partake and get all sorts of free resources as well. And then there's these programs like the Academy and this pilot program for building out your edge. You will need to have Bookmap for that, but we offer it at no cost. Right, so take advantage of it and build an edge for yourself. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone, and yeah, stay warm and dry. Okay, bye bye.